Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Check this out. As you already know, New York City Mayor Eric Adams gave P. Diddy the key to the city during a ceremony in Times Square on September 15th, just 2 months before he was sued by Cassie for SA, among other crimes. However, now that the video of Diddy abusing Cassie in the hallway of the Intercontinental Hotel has leaked, New York City Council members are calling on Mayor Adams to take back Sean Diddy Combs' key. In a statement, Councilmember Sandy Nurse said Mayor Adams should immediately revoke Diddy's key to the city. As an abuser, Diddy lost his right to have such an honor and should be held accountable for his actions. Mayor Adams should set the example and take it away. Similarly, fellow Councilmember Shan said Mayor Adams should snatch back Diddy's key and slam the door behind him. We won't be missing you. In response to the City Council's request, Mayor Adams has said that he's taken the situation into consideration.
Hey, yo, New York, let's go.
You've been very outspoken about breaking the cycle of domestic violence in New York City. And given everything that's developed over the weekend with P. Diddy, what are you thinking about possibly rescinding the honor that you gave him last year when you presented him with the key to the city?
I think all of us were deeply disturbed by watching that chilling video of the young lady being assaulted by him and the committee and the team. We've never rescinded a key before, but we are now sitting down to see what the next steps forward are going to be.
So you are considering it?
We are taking everything under analysis, and the team will come back with me with a final determination.
All right.
Now, after Mayor Adams said that he was considering taking Diddy's key back, Council member Justin Brennan came up with what he thought was a very good idea. And he said, I think that we should give that key to Nas instead. Yo, are all of these dudes stupid? Let me see if I can get this straight in my head. You guys think that it would be a good idea to take away the key to New York from Diddy, who's an abuser, to give it to Nas, who also had some alleged DV going on in his household when he was married to Khalees. Yeah, okay.
Rihanna, I remember so clearly with that whole thing that happened with her and Chris Brown, and the only way I can describe it was like double dutch. Like I felt like, do I jump in? Like, do I say it? Because I had bruises all over my body at that time. He drank way too much. He drank way too much. He will never admit it. And he would black out. And he was angry and he was mad. And he would be mad about things that didn't make any sense. You know, if Jay said hi or a freaking it's just, I'm like, I can't keep up with all of these things.
Now, unlike what happened between Diddy and Cassie, Khalees does admit that what happened between her and Nas was a two-way street.
Did he hit me? Mm-hmm. Did I hit him back? Mm-hmm. I'm 5'10", I don't back down, I'm extremely confrontational. So I take my part in it. I do. I take my part in it. You know, I wasn't perfect. I can be a bitch, I can fight, I know how to fight, I am not afraid to throw a punch, but I wouldn't have started it, you know? That man to this day is exactly the man I married. He has not changed, not one iota. I changed.
Listen, I'm not trying to blow up Nas's spot. I love me some Nas. But what I am saying is that it makes no sense to take the key away from Diddy just to give it to Nas when Nas and Khalees both have a history of DV in their marriage too. I mean, my question is, these people who gave Dr. Dre the Global Impact Award and are also recommending Nas for the key to the city, I mean, do they do any research? Because all it takes is a quick Google. A quick Google. Listen, let me know in the comments, do you think that Nas would be a good replacement for Diddy to get New York City's key to the city? Let me know in the comments, and while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Now, in light of everything that's going on, Chaka Khan's daughter has come out and revealed that not only did Diddy jump in Chaka Khan's face, but he also had his bodyguards jump Chaka Khan's 19-year-old son. When talking about the incident, Chaka Khan's daughter said, I'm glad this is happening to you. You got in my mother's face and publicly disrespected her, yelling and screaming like a lunatic. When my little brother tried to get you out of my mother's face, your security jumped my 19-year-old brother. These may be your dark days, but I'm singing and dancing, watching your demise. Ask Chaka Khan, isn't this great, Mom? Let me tell you something. Diddy done lost his GD mind, because there's some things that you don't do, and one of them is jumping in Chaka Khan's face. Do you understand who that is? That is...
Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan.
And this incident just goes to show you how disrespectful Diddy really is. Because as far as I'm concerned, there are certain people in the industry that you don't jump bad with. I mean, you don't jump in Chaka's face. You don't jump in Patti LaBelle's face. You don't jump in Gladys Knight's face. And you certainly best to not have jumped in Aretha's face when she was alive. I'm trying to tell you, Diddy's mama ain't raised him right. And on top of that, how in the world you gonna jump in Chaka's face and then get her son jumped when Chaka Khan is part of the reason why you're even who you are right now? If it wasn't for people like Chaka Khan being kind enough to allow you to sample their songs, you'd probably still be in Mount Vernon drinking a quart of water, selling Bad Boy t-shirts out of a shopping cart in front of a bodega. See, Diddy's problem is that Diddy forgot where he came from. Because I remember Diddy in 1989, 1990, when he was that same little broke dude who was standing in front of the McDonald's off of New York Ave by Howard University, handing out flyers for his latest party, and he was that same dude who used to get beat up on the campus. See, what a lot of you don't know is that Diddy was corny then, and he's still corny now. As a matter of fact, I remember being at a party with this dude one night, right? And he was trying to kick it to some girls, and these girls were ignoring him and trying to get the number from Craig Mack. That's how corny this dude was. And you know, for a bunch of girls to run to Craig Mack before you, that's saying something. Now, in response to the P. Diddy hotel video, MC Shan has come out and said that he cannot condemn P. Diddy because that would be like the pot calling the kettle black. Check this out.
One time for your mind, two times for your soul. Check it out, pup. Ain't nobody perfect, my nigga. I can't be a pot and call the kettle black. Back in the days, right? Before all this motherfucker, oh, we gonna call the cops and somebody getting arrested, the police used to come to your house and tell you, yo, nigga, take a walk. I used to have a wife. That motherfucker would bust me in the head with fucking Coke bottles and fucking put hands on me, nigga. So I was fucking putting hands back on her ass, motherfucker. Period. So, nigga, I can't call it black, but I had to let her know that motherfucking, you doing this shit. How the fuck can I look at you in the morning and tell you I love you and I black your eye? What kind of fucking love is that? We changed our whole shit. So I'm not pointing a finger, nigga. It ain't like I ain't never motherfucking knocked a woman upside her motherfucking head. But that motherfucker was a fighting lion-ass motherfucker. She wasn't no motherfucking little squirrel like you was beating the fuck up, okay? This motherfucker was busting me and bleeding. Man, nigga, I be leaking. She was stretching my motherfucking 12-inch ropes. Them shits be 18 inches now. I just want to knock her motherfucking head off. But I didn't. Fuck it, I'll just have an 18-inch long chain now. So, I'm willing to admit that shit. That's part of the motherfucking whole game. Being able to say, yo, I'm sorry. I admitted I fucked up. And I see today you motherfuckers say you fucked up. Yeah, like I said, when I punched her in her motherfucking eye and that shit was motherfucking, yo, what the fuck? What are you talking about? She got bruises and she was a light-skinned motherfucker, so you just had to pluck her ass and then show the fuck up. But motherfuckers knew what was going. Yo, shit, better not go home tonight. You gonna get sworn, nigga. Yo, it was just like that. And so I'm not pointing the kettle. Pot can't call the kettle black, pup. All I'm saying is, you admitted it. You freed yourself, motherfucker. You freed yourself. Ain't nobody can judge you, nigga. Ain't nobody perfect. And there's mad niggas out here looking at you talking shit right now, and they know they done slapped the motherfucking woman before. I grew up to my mother getting beat up by her boyfriend, nose bleeding, and I'm too young, I can't do shit about it. But if I was of age, I'd have been in jail for killing these men. So, that's it. Listen, I knew what I grew up to. I didn't want to be that to the women that I fuck with. But sometimes shit happens. You get with a crazy one and that motherfuckers keep pushing your buttons and putting hands on you. And you just, as a man, sometimes you can only take so many bitches and shit. I'm gonna be only so many bitches, motherfucker. You gotta move. Not in these days, motherfucker. I'm just fucking calling the police on your ass. Fuck you. It's your man Sugar, one time for your mind, two times for your soul. Pot not calling the kettle black, my nigga. I'm guilty of that shit like a motherfucker. But feel how free you feel today, nigga? You decided to fucking say fuck it and admit the shit to everybody else because we saw it. Well, it's cool, Puff. Everybody is fucked up. Everybody got some bullshit with them. Wish you luck in all your endeavors. I don't judge you. It's not my place to judge you and shit. But nigga, you freed yourself.
Okay, one, I'm gonna need for MC Shan to learn how to say a complete sentence without saying mother cuffer in that sentence. And two, I do not agree that Diddy is free just because he admitted it. Listen, this dude only admitted it because he got caught on camera red-handed. And that is not the same as doing self-reflection and coming to the conclusion that what you were doing is wrong. Yo, let me know in the comments. Do you agree with MC Shan when he says that Diddy is free now that he's publicly admitted to abusing Cassie? And also, have you noticed that a lot of people in hip-hop, both men and women alike, have been very quiet on this situation? Do you think that that's because they too don't want to be the pot calling the kettle black? And that brings me to my question of the day. Why is it that P. Diddy is canceled automatically, no questions, but Blueface, Krishan Rock, Soulja Boy, Lil Uzi Vert, Kevin Gates, NBA Youngboy, G Herbo, Dr. Dre, and others who are known abusers or alleged abusers are still allowed to do what they do without consequences from the hip-hop community? Is there a double standard? Let me know in the comments. Now, as I reported to you the other day, former model Crystal McKinney has filed the latest SA lawsuit against P. Diddy, and in her lawsuit she stated that after he allegedly SA'd her, she saved the unwashed clothing from that night in her closet where they remain in a plastic wrap bag. Let me ask you a question. If this case goes to court and you're called to sit on the jury, and the forensics comes back showing that there is in fact Diddy juice on those jeans, does that prove that she was SA'd, or does that merely prove that at some point in time she got busy with Diddy? Let me know in the comments. Do her clothes prove anything? And last, but certainly not least, Cassie has finally broken her silence, and she jumped online the other day to thank everyone for the love and support that they've shown her throughout this difficult time. In her post, Cassie wrote, "Thank you for all the love and support from my family, friends, strangers, and those I have yet to meet. The outpouring of love has created a place for my younger self to settle and feel safe now. But this is only the beginning. Domestic violence is the issue. It broke me down to someone I never thought I would become. With a lot of hard work, I'm better today, but I will always be recovering from my past. Thank you to everyone that has taken the time to take this matter seriously. My only ask is that everyone open your heart to believing victims the first time. It takes a lot of heart to tell the truth out of a situation that you were powerless in. I'll offer my hand to all of those that are still living in fear. Reach out to your people. Don't cut them off. No one should carry this weight alone. This healing journey is never ending, but this support means everything to me. Thank you. Love always, Cassie." Listen, Cassie has always seemed like a very sweet girl, and I love the way that she's carried herself with poise and dignity throughout this whole thing. Now, after Cassie dropped that post, a whole bunch of people came in the comment section, and while the majority of the people supported Cassie, you still had people in her comment section who still don't seem to get it. For example, one person said, "This is sad. I wonder why she stayed in a relationship for so long though." Yo, did you not just see what happened when she tried to get out the relationship? The woman was tiptoeing barefoot down the hallway trying to get to the elevator while this dude was asleep, and what did he do? He heard her tiptoeing, he did a Usain Bolt down the hallway, beat her down, and dragged her back. And on another occasion where one of her friends actually did help her to try to get out the relationship, what did he do to the woman? He put her out of a window and dangled her from the 17th story. Aside from that, in her lawsuit, Cassie said that on several occasions where she tried to get away, Diddy would send people to get her. I don't think that people in her comment section who are making comments like this really understand that not only is abuse physical, but there's also a mental component. And when you break somebody down and you abuse them and you psychologically manipulate them, sometimes they lose their way and they don't know how to get away. Let me give you an example. Back in the day during the times of slavery, sometimes on those plantations there would be like 300 slaves and like 2-3 masters on the plantation. But yet the slaves did not budge nor move nor try to run away because they were psychologically scared of what was going to happen. And sometimes when the slaves did run away, they often came back because they feared what would happen to them if they got caught. Same ish, different day, because there's a such thing as getting abused enough till you get abused into submission. Alright, so the next person in the comment section said, I'm not trying to be rude, funny, or non-sympathetic, but why did she stay with him mad long when he was washing and drying her ass? By the way, I asked my mom too, and she said money. I don't believe her. Oh my goodness. Listen, let me ask you guys a question out there. When you guys are watching movies like Beloved in The Color Purple, do you guys even understand what you're watching? There are mad women and men who stay with their abusive spouses for their entire lives, and they don't break free from the cycle of abuse until their spouse is like 6 feet under. And most abusive people also make sure that the abused person is isolated from their family, their friends, and everybody who can actually help them. And they also make sure that they have control of those bank accounts so that the person that they're abusing actually becomes dependent upon them and doesn't have the means nor financial freedom to get away. Trust me, if Celie could have left Mr. on day one, she would have. However, that's not how things work in the real world, or in this case, in fictional books. Now, the next person said, why take the money instead of going to the police? Another social media stunt. You basically said, okay, give me the money for hitting me. You should have went to the police, but he was still wrong too. Oh geez, come on people. Why are y'all bringing this into Cassie's comment section? Let's get real about this. Many people who are actually and physically abused never report the abuse to authorities for a number of reasons, which include, but are not limited to, a lack of faith in the criminal justice system, self-blame, and also knowing and loving the perpetrator. Many women still have empathy and compassion for their abusers and don't want to see them incarcerated, even though that person just got finished whipping their behinds. That's one of the psychological effects of the physical abuse. Additionally, Cassie knew darn well that Diddy had police in his pocket, so she knew that 9 times out of 10, even if she did report the abuse, nothing was gonna happen. I mean, half the world just got finished watching that video on TV of him dragging her up the hallway, and what was the first thing that the LA attorney's office said? We can't do nothing about it. So imagine if she goes to the police without any video. She walks into the police station, she says Diddy's abusing me, they say we're gonna look into it, they send a few detectives over to Diddy's house, he says nothing to see here, they're like, listen, you sure? He greases a few palms, and then she has to go home, and the abuse gets much worse, because you know, she lived right down the hill from Diddy. Aside from that, abuse is traumatic, and sometimes it takes years, 20, 30, 40 years, before a victim is even ready to speak up or speak out about what happened to them with friends and family, let alone share their story with the entire world. In Cassie's case, she's probably undergone years of therapy and finally got to a point where she was ready to face her abuser, and fortunately for her, the timing just so happened to coincide with the fact that New York created a law that allowed victims of SA to civilly, not criminally, sue their abusers. And guess what? She utilized the option that was available to her at the time to seek a semblance of justice. And for the person who jumped in Cassie's comment section talking about give the money back, why should she give the money back? That makes no sense. It kills me how the same people who want reparations because their ancestors got whipped in the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries have a problem with Cassie getting reparations from Diddy for being whipped from 2007 through 2018. Make it make sense. He screwed up her career, locked her into a 10-album deal, which basically made her into an indentured servant, created a situation where she couldn't work with other producers or make money outside of the opportunities that he approved of, and then, on top of that, he knocked her upside her noggin so hard that she incurred a brain injury that affected her memory. Oh please, she deserves every dime she got from Diddy and then some. Now, after that, somebody came in the comment section and was like, I'm sick of this story. No one had this much empathy when Ike hit Tina. Are you kidding? Most of the people in Cassie's comment section weren't even born when Ike hit Tina. And what in the world does that have to do with what we're talking about right now? That's like you going on a job interview and asking the employer for like $20 an hour and him saying, Ike didn't pay Tina $20 an hour. It's not connected. Why are you bringing up a woman who was beat down in 1960 when it's 2024? Oh jeez. And finally, for the person who came in Cassie's comment section talking about she got paid, he's getting exposed, can we move on now? Who's like making you pay attention to the story? Like, who's forcing you to pay attention to the story? You're in her comment section. What are you talking about? Cassie didn't come to your house, knock on your door, and read you her IG post. You logged onto your computer, you went to her IG, you like read her post, and then you got the nerve to be talking about, can we move on? We're tired of this story. I mean, that makes absolutely no sense. And on top of that, you have not heard Cassie say not one thing. She dropped the lawsuit and then mums was the word until the other day. So Cassie is not the one who's out here driving this story. Listen, all I can say is this. After reading Cassie's comment section, it is very clear that a lot of people out there do not understand how abuse and DV work. So I admonish all of those people. If you don't know how things work or you've never been through it, do yourself a favor and do some research before you get in somebody's comment section telling them what they should and shouldn't do in that situation. And let me say this, we here at The Source support Cassie, and we also stand in solidarity with all the other SA victims out there, whether they reported the crime when it happened or not, because we understand that everybody is different and everybody's working on a different timetable, and you can't tell somebody who has suffered SA when to tell their story or how to tell their story or what equates to justice to them. And really quick, let me tell you a story about how hard it is to get away from like abusive ninjas, okay? My mom used to date this dude. He was mad abusive, and she broke up with him, but he was not happy that they broke up, so he started stalking her. I mean, this dude used to be climbing up in the trees. One night, I'm sitting in the house on the second floor. I look out the window and I see eyes staring back at me, and I'm like, yo, are those eyes? Right? And this dude used to like to wear a whole lot of baby oil, so he was glistening in the trees. And I was like, Mom, this dude is outside in the trees. And we had to call the cops so that the cops could come get this dude out the trees because he was waiting to jump out of them trees to like get her. See, a lot of these abusers cannot deal when their partner finally leaves them. They're like, if I can't have you, nobody will. And that's why a lot of people who are in abusive relationships not only have to calculate their escape, but they have to plan their escape so that they can get away. And sometimes that planning can take months to even years. And this just in, breaking news, P. Diddy has been hit with another SA lawsuit. Oh my goodness, I just can't with this dude. I mean, the diddler is out of control. He's just running around these streets diddling everybody. Oh man, I'm gonna have to give you the details on this new lawsuit tomorrow, so make sure to tune back in. Listen, let me know what you think about Mayor Eric Adams saying that he's considering revoking Diddy's key to the city. New York City Council member Justin Brennan saying Nas should get Diddy's key instead. Diddy disrespecting Chaka Khan and her son. MC Shan saying he can't judge Diddy because that would be like the pot calling the kettle black. Diddy's latest accuser keeping her clothes as evidence. Cassie saying thank you to all her supporters. And people jumping in Cassie's comment section making insensitive comments. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comments. And while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.